People don't coach, they just teach.
Yes.
Explain that to me, mate.
Well, I used to do it as well, so I'm not guilty. We know our stuff, and
Yeah.
we stand up at the top of a class and we say, do this and do that, and 1, 2, 3, go, and 1, 2, 3, go. And we don't let people know. Well, not we, like just most when I was working on my coaching, this is what I had to work on. Like I'd coach a little bit, but now after working with Carol, I thought I was coaching, but I wasn't really coaching
Yeah.
because I was telling people what to do and they were doing it. I wasn't giving them feedback as much as I should be. When you're coaching, like you should be coaching, you should be absolutely exhausted after a class. You walked around that class so much, getting around every single person, giving them something to focus on, giving them feedback. If you can't fix them in that moment, tell them you get back to them, like not spend too much time with one person. It's a hard job. And people think it's so easy, but actually when you're doing it properly, and you're getting right in there and getting around every single person and actually giving that feedback and really coaching what you've just asked them to do, it's hard. It's enjoyable, but it's really hard to coach well. And a lot of people, me included, just we're teaching and walking around a little bit and giving some feedback and maybe spending too much time with one person. But the art of coaching is focusing on the one thing, keeping it simple,
The
you
art
know.
of coaching. I love it how you said that, mate, because I really do address this thing as an art form. Probably too much. I geek out about it too much, but
Oh, I
you
do as
know,
well.
it,
I get it.
fucking weird blonde people, you know. But like we've all got an art form, right? And it really is an art form. And I remember Austin Maliolo back in the day said you should only be able to coach two classes back to back
Mhm.
because you should be fucked. Like you need like
Yeah.
an hour off or 30 minutes off or something like that. You need a break. I remember hearing it like way back in the day, and I was like, how am I supposed to feed myself? You know, put some food on the table,
I thought the same.
which is a
Yeah.
different topic, right? Like trying to address the pay system, especially if you're getting paid per class, right?
Mm.
Then you are fucked. Then there is no way you're going to be able to do it full time. That is. But when you think about it that way, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got a 2 hour block or I got a 1 hour block, right? Let me just empty my cup.
Yeah.
You earn those pennies, mate, and you get a lot done. And then you, if you analyze your class or you get some feedback from somebody else, that those classes or that class was so much better because you weren't
Yeah.
just a fly on the wall. You were an
Mm.
active participant on the outside, just dictating, just rudder adjusting
Yeah.
for people, you know, ever so slightly. Like, you know,
Mm.
we say it all the time, CrossFit is scalable.
Yeah.
We should have 16 different people in the room, all doing 16 slightly different things, all getting the same stimulus, all having a smile on the face at the end. And you just
Yeah.
thinking with the cross-eyed thinking, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's when you've done a good class, when you don't get distracted. So what I used to do is look at everything. Like I know what I used to do wrong.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to look at everything going, oh my goodness, everything's wrong. And now, like just the past few years, and I've been coaching a long time. And like I'm really horrified at that I wasn't doing this forever, but you always learn, it's been a good few years now that I've been coaching a lot better. And I probably will do my L4 eventually when I get the grub setter balls. But like just I was always got confused and looking at too many things. And the best advice was keep it simple, keep the main thing the main thing. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to focus on this. I'm going to look at this. If they're doing the thing, say well done. If they're not doing the thing, try and correct them, get them to move better, move on
Mm.
to the next person, do the same thing, and just keep repeat for the whole class. And when you do it like that and just keep it simple in your head, like in your class plan, this is what I'm going to focus on now. This is what I'm going to focus on now. This is what I'm going to focus on now. And it's a lot easier. And that was the best advice I ever got in business and coaching was just keep it simple, keep the main thing, because it's the only way you can actually coach and see everything. It's still hard to do and it's still exhausting, but that's your job. You're there
Yeah.
for these people to help them. That's what they're paying you for, So you're there to coach. You're not there to shout 3, 2, 1, go, 3, 2, 1, go, and everybody looking pretty, doing everything in sync, which is what I've done in the past. I know I have full, but like I've really enjoyed diving into my coaching a lot more over the last couple of years and just learning so much and knowing that even doing this so long, there's still so much to learn. And like you're able to get so much better at it. I absolutely love coaching. Like, it's like, I don't like, well, I suppose I have to run a gym, but it's not my favorite. I love coaching.
Mm. Yeah, it's
No.
funny, right? When you get those comments from members and like, oh, thank you so much for the feedback. And I'm like, that's my job. What else do
Yeah.
you think I'm fucking here for? Not here to
Yeah.
stand at the front, look pretty, man. You got the wrong guy. Like,
Yeah.
go get somebody else. You know, like I'm
Absolutely.
supposed to be slightly just shaving here, like working it there.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you own a gym, right? So you see the same members all the time. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay, give or take, a little fluctuation in membership, some
Yeah.
drop-ins, whatever. But vast majority, you see the same members. So now you can kind of open up the memory bank and be like, all
Mm.
right, okay, cool. Dave over here has been working really well. Maybe he's got a little bit better here. Today, his focus is now going to be this because I know he's going to come in for class, or I've seen on Team Up or whatever we got the system
Mm.
to book in, and then it becomes a developmental piece of a relationship rather than, oh, okay, here's a broad kind of overview and I guess I'm going to see who turns up. It's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. Now we're getting into the intricacies of it, of like, oh, okay, Ollie can doesn't really know what his hips are, doesn't know where they attach. He's like, right, cool, we're going to focus on that today, and then someone else is going to do something else, and it
Yeah.
gets more personalized in a class just over time because you've developed that
Yeah.
relationship and you've seen them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that part. So Dave is actually, funny you said Dave, is the only bloke in our gym. Oh no, Adam's just joined. I have a really small gym in my garden now. So the members do see me all the time. So I do like getting other coaches in because
Mm.
I'm like, another coach is going to see something that I just haven't. I have zero ego. I'm like, you're going to learn a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
when Kenny comes up to cover, when Callum comes in to cover, when Jay comes up to cover, because they have a different way of coaching. They're all good coaches and they're going to see things really differently. So I bet you'll learn something else. They were like, yeah, we did, so it's like, because I see them all the time. So it's good. And I want to, it's good in a way. And I have a great relationship with all the members, but in a way I want to give them a little bit more. So it's great to have other coaches come in with a fresh eye, because I could be
mm.
given the same cues all the time. I try not to, but you do fall into those traps of giving the same cues. And so something else could work for them as well. So it's good to have different coaches in your gym as well, like different styles.
I agree, mate.
It's,
And it's also a fresh voice, for them on the
yeah,
receiving end.
absolutely. Because they must be sick of listening to me. I swear, it's only such a small gym. And I like going to different gyms as well to coach. So since I've let more time now, I've coached about 12 different gyms now up here, and
Like
owners are
that.
really open to it. Can I come and coach in your gym? And they're like, yeah, okay. And I don't charge. I just do it for experience and
Mm.
like to get to know different bodies and people I don't know and stuff like that, and get to know people up here because I'm not from here. So, so it's really nice.
How have you found coaching people that you don't know in different gyms compared to people that you do know in your own gym? How have you found that?
Nerve-wracking, exciting. Because they're excited. There's a new coach, a guest coach coming. So it's kind of a little bit of buzz in the class, even though everybody's really quiet and the owners are always going, why are you so quiet? Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
a bit of a laugh at them. I love it. I do get nervous because they are classes I recorded for Carl. So because I'm recording it for Carl and he's giving me feedback, I'm automatically nervous anyway because it's Carl Stedman and he's
yeah.
going to give me
Steaders.
feedback on my on my class. So it is nerve-wracking, but I really enjoy going to other gyms. I haven't had the time to do it the last few weeks, but I'm going to start doing it again in November. So yeah, there's a few gyms I still want to go and see. And I asked the owner to stay to give me feedback because it kind of makes me more nervous as well. So it's kind of, any feedback is good. So yeah, no, I really enjoy it. And it's they're from Northern Ireland, so the same bit of crack as we like. It's just a bit of a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's just enjoyable, and it's more like you have to create an experience for people rather than just a class. And so it's not just about the coaching; it's about how they feel and how they leave, and you know, don't overcoach them. But yeah,
DNA, right?
it is a little bit harder because I don't know them. So, but you see things and then that advice that Carol gave me about just look for this. Okay, so we're just looking for open hips on this one, and that's all you're looking at. So then it doesn't really matter who you're coaching because all you're looking at are their hips, and it could be anybody. So it's like when he gave me that advice, it's like just go for open hips, and then it doesn't matter who's in front of you because they're not opening their hips, so you have something to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I really enjoy it. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking because it's a fresh gym and you want to like do a good job, so it's only because you care.
For sure, mate.
Yeah.
And you've put yourself in that situation. So kudos to you, like going to a new gym, seeing new faces, like it is nerve-wracking. It's ballsy, and you
Yeah.
get in, oh, okay, cool. I don't know if this is gonna land, and then you might it's usually with me, usually because it's a northern accent and I swear too much. But anyway, you're like, oh fuck, I said a joke that's towed the line. Let's see if they laugh or cry, and then we got to figure out the next 55 minutes. But I think
Yeah.
I think every coach needs to go to different gyms, and just
Mm.
travel around a little bit because we get a little complacent in our own gym, right? We just like, all right, I
Yeah.
know the 60 members that I say, the 150 members that I say, and you're like, everything's good. They fall in a complacency because they hear the same fucking monotone voice. I fall in a complacency because I see the same bloody face, and it's just like,
Yeah.
okay. And then you blink and it's a year's gone by and you're like, well, have these people got any
Yeah.
better? This is a
Yeah.
service, not a product, right? It's a frigging
Yeah.
service. How are you
Yeah.
actually providing said service, or are we just kind of switching off and
Absolutely.
cruising to the finish line? And
Absolutely.
it's a really hard thing to do, because you're like,
It is,
shit,
but
these are
keeps
new
you
faces.
excited. Keeps you excited about your job. Not that I have to get more excited about coaching. I love it, but it just keeps you excited for your job
Yeah.
as well. And then you're going back and even going, if I go and to the gym and then I watch a class that someone's coached before me. So when I started my gym, CrossFit Dublin, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to classes around Dublin. And I learned so many cues from different coaches as well. So it just gets you excited about coaching.
Mm.
And going back saying, oh, I learned this from so-and-so. I learned this from, like, I learned so much. Louise in CrossFit Northern Ireland gave me a cue to keep my knuckles down for as long as possible on my clean. And I will always remember it's that,
Oh,
like I always said, knuckles down, but it keeps the bar, for as long as possible, keeps the bar really close. And I just always remembered that. And I always give her kudos for it in class. I'm like, this is not my cue. This is what I learned from Louise in CrossFit Northern Ireland. She's a great coach in her class. And that was 2 years ago. And I still remember it. And it really made my cleans a whole lot better. I'm much more patient with them. So it was a really good cue. So I love it. I love that part of going to other boxes as well.
yeah. I think we need to give other coaches kudos. Give them a little bit of
Absolutely.
respect and a tip of the hat.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can throw them under the bus and be like, right, cunts. If you're not listening to me, listen, I got this from such and such a coach. They're
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So if it
Right.
goes wrong.
If it goes wrong, here's their email address. Fucking give them some shit.
So I enjoy, done that a lot and I'm really enjoying it. I probably always do it.
Here's a question, mate.
Yeah.
Because I see fitness as an umbrella, right? Fitness, wellness, everything under this thing, and I see it as collaboration rather than competition. I don't understand why gyms are in competition with each other. It doesn't make sense to me. There's 8 billion people in the world. There isn't enough gyms, right?
Yeah.
How do we, as coaches, all get better?
How do we all get better? I suppose going around and coaching in other gyms. The affiliate, I think the if I didn't going to affiliate gatherings and talking to other CrossFit gyms as well and seeing what they're doing. So Sam from CrossFit Mora, he was at the affiliate gathering last week and I coached in his gym and he is interested in now doing coaching development days and putting it out to the community.
Love that.
So yeah. So I was like, yeah, sign me up. So he asked if I wanted to help out, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So getting together with other coaches, like I stayed in one of his coaches meetings after where they were all talking about, they had a weekly meeting about coaching and just talking about coaching development. And I think it's getting bigger in the CrossFit community now, coaching development, because it's getting so big, and because I think because of the online presence that CrossFit has now via Instagram, people are all about the coaching, where I don't think they were as much a few years ago. So I think even members are more focused on coaching now. And that's why I think the CrossFit owners I know are kind to talk about upping their coaching development now. Because members are starting to notice if they're getting coached or not. So if they go to another gym and they get coached more. So I think people outside the gym are starting to notice, but people talking about coaching development days, people going for their level 4 now. There's a lot of, everybody's trying to up their game, trying to get that, because loads of people are failing, which is perfectly okay because it's hard. But yeah, I think getting together for more coach development days as a whole, and not just working with a few gyms that, inviting all the gyms, like invite everybody. It's not just a few gyms just working together and it being real cliquey. Like, that's great. And I love that people are doing that. But one or two or three gyms are just working together and not inviting anybody else in. It doesn't say a lot about them, So I think we're having coach development days, advertise it on Instagram. There's so many spaces, sign up if you're in this area. I'd go, So I just think, open it up to more gyms rather than just keeping it with those people that So I think going around and talking to other gyms would be a good way to do it, because you only learn
Yeah,
off, and if you're always the best person in the room, you're never going to learn anything,
that's it,
so
mate. And like, that's the thing with coaching, right? Because it's organic, it changes all the time. Like, we change day to day, the members are going to change person to person, day to day. Everything is always changing, right? I like to think about it as an organic game of chess. And the only thing that we know is the fucking board. And that's it. We know the board, it's the gym, but the people and the pieces are all going to change. The rules are going to
yeah,
change. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
yeah,
Sometimes it's just fighting fires and putting them out, and like, well, nobody died, so that's a win. That's my win today. Yeah, cool. High
yeah,
five. Piss off. See
yeah,
you tomorrow. But
yeah,
it's hard, right? Because I find like we're in a bit of a teeter position. Like we said before, it's about 50-50. You've got 50% of the gyms quite complacent. You've got 50% of the gyms like, right, how do we
want to,
elevate this thing? How do
yeah,
we do a rising tide lifts all ships? And I was like, I don't think it lifts them all. I think some get shipwrecked.
yeah,
And to be honest with you, it's going to sound really fucking harsh. I hope they do. Right?
yeah,
Not out of any spite or anything like that, but we all need to get better. This is a
yeah,
service-based industry, right? Those restaurants that you got a shit service from the waiter and the food was shit, you're not going to go back, right? You're not going to go back just because you know the owner and you're like, oh, I'm loyal. It's like, no, it's shit food. You got salmonella from it. Fucking move off,
yeah,
right? Move somewhere
absolutely,
else. It should be the same with small base gyms. It's the same with the City Fitness or a Pure Gym or any of that type of stuff, commercial based, Lifetime Fitness. It should be the same on the floor. It's like, if they're not coaching you, mate, you're not paying for you're not getting for what you pay for. And
yeah,
also from our business standpoint, right? Let's talk just purely numbers. Okay, if we elevate our service, we can charge more, or we're more than likely going to get more members through the door.
yeah, because people are going to make progress, and I just don't think it should stop at coaching. I think, because I call the gym CrossFit Living, because I know, because I went through a whole lifestyle change myself. It's more than the gym. Like,
100%.
if we could just go to the gym and lose weight and be healthy, everybody walking around like Rich Froning, but they're not. Like, gym memberships are up. The amount of knowledge out there about how to live a healthy lifestyle is up. Yeah, obesity is up, unhappiness is up, like everything, disease is up. So there's something wrong somewhere that we have to like connect with. So I think some gyms we do talk about nutrition and sleep and all that type of stuff, but we don't really dive into it. We've started doing like living lifestyle talks at the gym, like, and talking about the new normal, which is people are stressed, people are having on and off nutrition habits, people are not sleeping, people are on social media too much. Like, this is the new normal. People are sitting down and not going outside for 10 hours every day, and then go to the gym for an hour and think that's it, and that's all they have to do. So I think in our gyms, especially, we need to educate people. I'm truly passionate about this. We need to educate people outside the gym. I do, like you, think fitness is an
Yeah.
umbrella.
Yeah.
I also like it is what it means to you emotionally, spiritually. Like, you have to have some sort of wellness outside the gym, 1 hour a day of moving. And what if it's back squats? Not that back squats aren't great, but what if you're sitting down all day and you work out twice a week, and one is a back squat and one is like, I don't know, strict press. So you're not doing any other movement except for that, and you're not moving, you're not walking, you're not getting steps in. And people think that's okay, and then they go and like reward themselves with a takeaway because they did a workout. So I just think educating people around what to do outside the gym will help. And it's just, I think CrossFit is a lifestyle that you have to embrace fully for it to work. because people going, I'm not losing weight coming 3 days a week. And I'm like, so what are you doing outside the gym? And like, what are the other 23 hours? So I actually do lifestyle coaching, but I focus on the other 23 hours outside the gym. And when people do that, amazing, they make progress inside the gym. So yeah, so to educating people, I think, is a huge, big thing as well, because fitness is like CrossFit does it really well. Like it has community in there. So it has purpose, a sense of accomplishment. You're also minding your mind because you're learning new things. So the mind's engaged, the body's engaged, you're making friends. Like it's all the things that make you happy, and I think that's why CrossFit works. And that's why people try and take bits of it and try and make it work. But CrossFit is what has changed the face of gyms. Like it created that first ever community where people are coming to see their friends. People are coming to get better at the snatch. People are coming to get their first pull-up or their first burpee. That sense of accomplishment, that sense of purpose, which is helping them feel better outside the gym and helping them make those lifestyle choices. So it's like, it's just wonderful. I do love all this stuff. Sorry.
Mate, you
Passionate there.
fucking talk away, man. I love it. I like to see other coaches all fired up. Like that's what we should be. This is our
Yeah.
fucking job. This is our art form. This is something that we're never gonna perfect, but we're always gonna try to.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I remember fucking being in a gym. We had a 6 o'clock class, right? AM, doing a morning class. I'd get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would fucking coach the entire class to an empty gym. Yeah,
Really, that's amazing.
that's fucking crazy, mate. But it's like, no, 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 no,
No,
no. These things
you
have got to,
come to it well.
these things have got to change. I was in the south of England at the time. I'd moved from north. Nobody was having a clue what I was saying. Way too brash, way too harsh, way too to the point. I'm like, right, I have to basically develop a communication style of not pissing people off, right? Because you can do that back home. What the fuck was that? Let's
Yeah.
think about doing something else. And you've got to do these things. You got to go down that rabbit hole. You got to end up building. It's building wrong, or it's digging holes. It's those really slow things that we just got to progress through. And I think that's really important for our members to be able to see, right? CrossFit's fucking hard. I'm going to make you do a movement that's going to kick you in the dick. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, why am I doing it? Because it's fucking hard. Because you're going to get it in 6 months' time. But you're only going to get it in 6 months' time if you do the bloody work now, and then next week, and then next week, and then next week, all the way there, right? And I was like, yeah, okay, we can hypothesize thinking, why did they become better people? I don't know. I'm going to leave that to the smarter folk out there. But people become better after doing hard shit. And now you can do hard shit with other people around, with somebody who cares about you. Because, right, the secret sauce, right? The secret sauce is consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's got to be consistency from us. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a bad day. It doesn't matter if you have a good day. It doesn't matter if you do really well in the workout or you think you did really, really fucking shit. I'm proud of you. I love you. Here's a high five. Here's a fist bump. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, are you okay? Your energy's changed. And slowly over time, they pick those things up. You develop that relationship like a rope. It ends up twisting, right? And it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then they come and turn out and say, I don't know, my dad's got cancer or my dog died. And you're like, oh, first of all, that's heavy, man. I really apologize that's happened. But how do we help you? But then you've got a little bit of trust and honesty rather than, guys, it's Fran, 20 on 15.9. Yeah, thrust to pull up. Got 5 minutes to warm up. Go. It's like, what the fuck? They can read. They can read from the board. They don't need you there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, sometimes they can't.
Let's see if you're coaching Northerners, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I totally agree. It's all about the relationship that you have with someone and checking in with them and even saying, doesn't matter about your, like, that's why you should write notes when you log your workout. What was going on for you? Like, I know, like, I was coaching one of my online clients and she's like, but last year I did this with deadlifts and 55 kilos and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but your mom just passed. You've just had a sore back and you've had some work stresses. It's not the same it's not like for like. So even reminding people of of that as well, and getting to know, it's all about getting to know your members, and not about, I remember watching a podcast, like a Ben Bergeron podcast, and he was saying about, you need to know your members' names, you need to know their dogs' names, their kids' names. And I'm like, why do you, surely you don't have to remind people to do that. Surely that should just, if you're a coach, that should just come naturally to you. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You'd be
don't know why
surprised.
that wouldn't. Yeah, I was surprised that, so he had to, like, some people had to be reminded of that. For knowing someone's name is like, and their family's names and what's going on in their lives is the most important part of coaching. Getting to know people that you're coaching. It's like, it's just a no-brainer. Like, it's just something that should just come naturally to you because you like coaching.
Yeah.
So I always, but someone mentioned that podcast to me, and I watched it, and I was looking at him going,
Yeah, common sense.
yeah.
But unfortunately, it's the least common
Why
of
would you
all
not think
senses.
that? Yes. So yeah. So yeah, get to know your members, know their strengths, and know their, what's going on for them. And if they're late, don't give them burpees. I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna
just
give you
don't.
shit. I'm
Yeah.
definitely
Like,
gonna give you shit. Oh, I'm gonna get you an alarm clock for Christmas or something. I'm gonna say something, right?
yeah.
Just to fucking change the energy of the room, man. Hey,
Mm,
we're here to have a good time. Is anybody
yeah.
going to the games this year? No. Is anyone
No.
going to World Championships? No. Does anyone
No.
make money doing adult PE? No. So this is fun, right? Like, let's just have
I
some fun.
remember I was given burpees once, and I was after having the worst day ever. And I used to drive 40 minutes to this gym, and he made me do like 30 burpees. Now I don't mind doing burpees.
Mm.
I don't mind. I
Yeah.
like burpees. I was just like, hmm, I probably won't ever make anyone do that, because I was really in a bad mood that day, and I was going for happiness, and I was like punished for being late. So I don't do that now. We don't. I've
Mm.
never done that. So yeah, the relationships you build with people is huge.
Yeah, it's the
Huge part.
barrier to entry. It
Mm,
really is. It should be the first thing, you know. And it gets a little tricky when there's coaches out there that like the accolade of that 5-letter word beginning with C on their back.
yeah,
Be like, look at me, I'm Billy Big Bollocks on the block. I can fucking go to work in trackies with my socks fucking rolled up and wearing trainers, and I get to walk around with my chest up like I'm carrying carpets. It's like,
yeah,
mate, as soon as you put on that t-shirt that says coach, like, you're now at the bottom.
yeah,
You are now below everybody else. Your
yeah,
whole existence for the entirety of you wearing this shirt is to care for other people. You come last.
yeah.
And I
That's
think we
it.
got it twisted. I think a lot of people think, oh, now I get to play a power trip or an ego trip, or I get to be a bit narcissistic, and the ego takes over, right?
Yeah,
And I think, yeah, I think it's a shame, man. About
it is.
50-50.
Yeah,
About
I
50
don't
fifty.
see much of that in CrossFit gyms now. Well, not the CrossFit coaches I've been. Like, they're generally nice people, like, and they care about people. And I don't think that will ever, like, I think a large majority of CrossFit coaches like care for people.
Mm.
I think that's why they got into it. And I think there just needs to be a little bit more guidance around the coaching element. As in,
Mm.
they know their stuff, they know their progressions, they know their stuff from the level one, but how to like get that across, and the coaching part of it, go from the teaching to the coaching, and then the seeing and correcting. I think that's where the more gyms that focus on that part, it's the best. And it's happening now. Like, people are paying more attention to that part of the development of coaches. That's, yeah, just by getting together. And Rachel did the affiliate gathering in Wales, and just getting around all them different affiliate owners was amazing. And I think the fact that people are attending those things
Mm.
and talking about this stuff is the start of it. Like, that was the 2 years ago, and we never really got together in the UK and Ireland before, ever. So it's like, it was really good. I've made so many friends, and people that attend those things want to be better. They want to be better, so it's good to be around those people as well. So it is,
Definitely,
it is, it is happening.
they definitely want to be better, man. You show up to something like that, like it's humble. You're going to eat a lot of humble pie, and you're also going to learn a lot, and you're probably going to make a lot of mates too. And you're going to
Well,
realize, oh, we actually are decent people,
yeah,
and you're not an asshole because you own a gym 2 blocks, away from my gym. He's like, oh,
yeah,
you're actually a decent person. Like, maybe we can do this
yeah,
together.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
for sure.
Yeah, I got
Like
three
that has
questions.
happened. Yes, go on.
What's the greatest piece of life advice you've ever received?
That keep it simple. That's it in everything. Carl Stebbin told me, and my father-in-law told me he's the best businessman ever, and helped me a lot in running the gym because I'm a coach, not a businesswoman. So yes, just keep it simple was the best advice I've ever been told.
What about the worst?
For me, and I know this works for other people, somebody told me once, you need to stop coaching and working on the business, not in the business.
Yeah.
So I did that for a couple of years and I hated every minute of it. I'm like, the business is coaching. It is coaching. And as soon as I stopped focusing on the coaching, they were probably the worst years in business. And then the year I was doing my level 3 and I was studying for it, the best, I wasn't focusing on making money. I wasn't focusing on anything. I was focusing on helping the business be better. Anything I learned, I brought to classes and coached it. My best 2 years ever. So yeah, that was the worst advice I was ever given.
Yeah, I have conversations with gym owners all the time, man. Like, and usually it's along the lines of, oh, how do we get more members? Or I want to make more money or something like that, right? And you're like, sweet, be better.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, it's not that easy. Like, there's all these systems and operations in place. And I was like, first of all, fuck your system if your service isn't down. You know,
Yeah.
like how good's the coaching? You don't have to coach, fine. How's the good's the coaching that you've got the team? And if it's not great or if it's not bloody 10 out of 10, like, be better. You focus on being better. People want to be there, man. And it's a pull factor, and that's stronger than a push. You know, you don't want to guilt trip and push people through the door. You want to pull them through the door because then they'll want to stay. You know, so be better. Yeah, I like that a lot. Like I relate to that a lot. I have a lot of conversations with myself as like, right, you've got 60 minutes to help these people.
Yeah.
How do you do it? How do you do it to the maximum of your ability?
Absolutely. And that's like, it's a, people are going to be coached. They're going to be better.
Yeah.
They're going to feel better. And that's your job. And whether
That's
you
your
do
job.
that, that's your job. And whether you do that through making your coaches better or making yourself better or both, that's what they're coming for. So as soon as you make that better, of course, there's all business stuff that you have to do. But if you need to get the people there first, and the people are going to come if the coaching's better.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get them through more Instagram posts, and you're going to get them from them.
Don't get me started.
They're from them telling their friends. Like I know I do the audit Instagram post, but it's mostly from people telling other people, because I only have a little gym now, but we mostly got people that we know and their families joined. But we have a whole family that train in our gym, and everybody knows each other in our gym. That's how they found out about it. So it wasn't really from Instagram.
That's beautiful, man.
You know, yeah, that's good.
What are the 3 words you would tell your younger self?
Oh my God, so many. I was so stupid when I was young.
You, me both, mate.
Oh, keep moving forward would be, that's kind of 3 words. Just keep moving forward and be patient.
Be patient.
Be patient. Everything's going to be okay in the end. Yeah, I was a nightmare when I was younger. So yeah, that's why I appreciate that a lot. A lot. I wish I found it when I was younger. But just keep moving forward and be patient. Trust the process.
Mate, I appreciate what you do yourself and your time so fucking much, mate. And whenever I get back into that northern part of the world, I'll make sure I jump over the pond.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if I gotta go swim. Mate, let's throw down. You'll probably tell me I'm shit at coaching, and I'll be like, cheers. And
no, I tell myself I'm shit at coaching all the time.
That's how we get better, man. You know, you got to say how it is. You know, that it wasn't great, but it was better. We need to do it again.
It was better.
This is better. It's like, oh, so that means it's good? No, it wasn't good, but it was better.
Always getting better.
That's all we're getting from me, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a great day, and we'll chat soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Legend. So let everybody.